Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are gonna love, especially if you're a Toronto Raptors fan. We're gonna be talking about 5 trades that I believe the Raptors could potentially make during this year's NBA trade deadline. As of right now, I'll be honest, the Raptors aren't doing as good as we expect them to be. Last year, they were one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, and right now I would say they're in the middle of the pack. So honestly with that, I wouldn't be surprised if the Raptors actually make at least one trade to simply get better. We have seen it in the past where the Raptors have made a trade and it resulted in an NBA championship, so I wouldn't be surprised if something crazy happens. So if you're a big Raptors fan and want to know some realistic trades that they can make this season, you're gonna love this video. But quickly, before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and love basketball, welcome to Easy Buckets. My name is Soom and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and click this button right here, the post notification bell, to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. It would help with the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the Toronto Raptors.
But I would have never expected it to be here, and I tell you guys that all the time. But it just shows, like, you know, in life things happen, right? Things happen for a reason, and situations happen for a reason. And you know, you continue to work hard, and you continue to believe in yourself. And you know, having a city like Toronto have backing me, and you know, the relationship myself, Masai, Larry Tannenbaum, you know, Bobby, we've created the relationship I had with DeMar, you know, all the guys that have been through here, you know, I can keep going on naming guys, and but it just shows that, you know, hard work pays off, and you know, in life you can't pick and choose where you are meant to be, but when you are there, you take full advantage of it.
The Toronto Raptors are one of my favorite teams in the NBA. Well, of course, it's because I live in Toronto. This season, after watching every single Raptors games, I get kind of frustrated after seeing them lose because over the past few years, I'm not accustomed to it. The Raptors have been a great consistent playoff team over the past 6 years. And I can't believe that right now, they're a minus 500 team, they're a negative team, and is currently fighting for a playoff spot. They're usually comfortable at the top of the Eastern Conference. As I make this video, the Raptors have a record of 10-13, which ranks them as the 9th seed in the Eastern Conference. And one thing's for sure, we Raptors fans are very surprised with where they are right now in the NBA season. As we're almost entering the first half of the regular season, I believe a big reason why the Raptors aren't doing well is because of what happened in the previous offseason. Serge Ibaka last season was a big part of why the Raptors were so successful. He was their 6-man center that was a big part of their offensive and defensive system and was a big scoring punch off the bench. Losing Serge Ibaka, in my opinion, was a tough blow for the Raptors, as right now they're trying to find their identity at that center position. Another player they lost last season was Marc Gasol. Even though Marc Gasol didn't really put up big numbers for the Raptors, he was a part of their championship roster 2 years ago and also did the things on the court that didn't go on the stat sheet, but just was an overall impactful player, especially on the defensive end. Losing Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol was definitely tough for the Raptors, as they were a big reason why they were so good defensively last year. As I make this video, the Raptors are currently ranked as the 15th team in the NBA when it comes to defensive rating. They have a defensive rating of 110.0, and if you compare it to last season, they were in the top 5. The good news for Raptors fans, though, is that even though the Raptors kind of struggled at the beginning, from what it looks like, they're finding their groove, and in the past 10 games as I make this video, they actually have a 5-5 record, which isn't terrible. They're not in the negative. I do believe 100% that the Raptors are going to be a playoff team. They're, in my opinion, a 7th seed or a 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. But to guarantee that fact, I believe the Raptors should at least make one trade or make one big move. For this video, I have 5 trade scenarios that are realistic, that could be possible, and I believe if the Raptors can make at least one of these moves, it'll just simply make them better. The first trade on this list is trading Stanley Johnson and a 2023 second round pick in exchange for Hassan Whiteside of the Sacramento Kings. After losing Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka, the Raptors need rim protection and a very elite shot blocker. Of course, they have Chris Boucher, who is definitely still developing and is stepping up, but having another one would be something to truly establish the defensive rating. We're talking about Hassan Whiteside right now, who last year was the league leader in blocks per game of 2.9. He's currently not in the best situation in Sacramento, and from what we're hearing, the Sacramento Kings are actually shopping him. With Hassan Whiteside not happy there as a backup center, he's not the starting center, him going to the Raptors could actually give him a starting gig. The Kings are not just going to give up Hassan Whiteside for nothing. That's why if the Raptors can offer up a player like Stanley Johnson to match salary and of course offer up a second round pick, they would definitely take it, as Hassan Whiteside will be a free agent this summer. And if the Kings know he won't be re-signing, trading him for a future asset is the best thing for their franchise. On the Raptors' perspective, they'll still have the same starting lineup of Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, OG, Pascal Siakam, and having Hassan Whiteside start at the center position and having Chris Boucher off the bench, I believe that will increase the Raptors' defense, especially on the interior. Hassan Whiteside, the best cheap available target. He's not expensive, it's realistic. The next player that I believe the Raptors could potentially trade for is Victor Oladipo, right now of the Houston Rockets. And from what we're hearing, the Rockets, even though they just got Oladipo, they actually might be trading him during this year's NBA trade deadline. Honestly guys, I don't know why they're doing that, but because of this rumor, the Raptors are being linked to him because they have a lot of good assets they can actually offer. Oladipo right now is currently looking for a new situation. He's looking for a big contract in this upcoming free agency. He'll be unrestricted. And with the Raptors this offseason having a lot of money to offer, the Raptors trading for Depot wouldn't be a bad idea, as a mutual interest of a re-sign might be in play. If the Raptors can offer up Norman Powell, Stanley Johnson, Patrick McCaw, and their 2023 second round pick, I believe the Rockets actually might accept that, as they'll be getting future assets, a starting caliber shooting guard of Norman Powell, and simply just get better assets to surround John Wall and Christian Wood with. On the Raptors' perspective, they'll be getting Oladipo, who has already proven to be an all-star in the past, and getting a new situation to play alongside Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, and of course Lowry. We all know Lowry and Oladipo have a good relationship. This move might not be a bad idea. Victor Oladipo to the Raptors, what do you guys think about that? The next player on this list is getting Andre Drummond from the Cleveland Cavaliers, and this, in my opinion, is the Raptors' best available trade option if they want a true dominant center to build for their future. We're talking about Andre Drummond right now. We all know his situation. He is currently on the Cleveland Cavaliers, where there's literally so much big men on their roster. They have Jared Allen, they have Drummond, they have Kevin Love, they have Larry Nance Jr., and they have JaVale McGee. And from what we're hearing, the Cavs are focusing their future either on Andre Drummond or Jared Allen. If the Cavs ultimately choose Jared Allen as their center, which is what we think will happen, Andre Drummond is going to be in a lot of trade talks during this year's NBA trade deadline. And if this is the case, I believe with the Raptors currently looking for a true center, Andre Drummond could be on the target list. The Raptors need a strong rebounder, and with Andre Drummond being 27 years old, entering his prime, and also is averaging 15 plus rebounds per game, that will help the Raptors in an all-around defensive system. If the Raptors can offer up Kyle Lowry and their 2022 first round pick in exchange for Andre Drummond and Cedi Osman, I believe the Cavaliers will accept that. In my opinion, I wouldn't want the Raptors to trade Lowry only because, Lowry is the heart and soul of the Raptors roster. But with Lowry becoming a free agent this upcoming offseason, we don't know exactly what Lowry's going to do. Will he go to a new team? Will he resign to a cheap contract? And if ultimately the Raptors feel he won't be re-signing, trading him for the best assets possible might be the best thing for the Raptors franchise. The Raptors need a center for their future, and if Andre Drummond could be their guy, and if Lowry is a sacrifice, my question to you Raptors fans is, should the Raptors pull the trigger? The next trade on this list is with the Hornets, and it's a small trade, a swap of Aaron Baines, a second round pick, and Cody Zeller. After losing Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol, the Raptors signed Aaron Baines to a contract and tried making Baines their starting center, and from what we're seeing so far, Aaron Baines simply just isn't living up to expectation. If the Raptors ultimately try to trade Aaron Baines, I believe Cody Zeller wouldn't be a bad idea, as if you watch Cody Zeller's game, if you watch Hornets games, Cody Zeller is actually pretty good. He's a good pick and roll player, he has a decent jump shot, and is also very smart, has a high basketball IQ, and with him also becoming a free agent in this upcoming summer, the Hornets right now are putting him in trade talks. This is a small deal that I believe the Raptors can make to upgrade their center position. I just believe Cody Zeller is better than Aaron Baines. But the last trade scenario on this list is a blockbuster for you Raptors fans, and that's the possibility of the Raptors getting Bradley Beal, ultimately, if he becomes available. As of right now, the Wizards are ranked one of the worst teams in the NBA. They have a record of 5-15, and NBA fans believe that somehow, someway, Bradley Beal will get fed up and request a trade. From what we're hearing, Bradley Beal wants to be loyal, he wants to be with the Wizards, but I don't know guys, we've heard it in the past where NBA players said that, but ultimately ended up requesting a trade, and I believe if this happens, the Raptors should call the Wizards immediately. If the Raptors can offer up Norman Powell, Terrence Davis, Malachi Flynn, Aaron Baines, their 2022 first round pick, and their 2023 second round pick, I believe this might be a deal the Wizards might be interested in, as they'll be getting a lot of young players and assets for the future, and of course getting a starting caliber shooting guard of Norman Powell back in exchange for Bradley Beal. Raptors fans, you guys might think this is a lot, but the reason why I love this trade is because the Raptors can still keep Kyle Lowry, Fred, OG, and Pascal Siakam, and of course Chris Boucher. I believe if the Raptors can pull this off, they actually might go all the way to the NBA Finals. This is a big blockbuster trade. I'll be honest, it isn't as likely and realistic as the other trades I propose, but come on Raptors fans, imagine Bradley Beal wearing the white, red, and black. But ultimately guys, this wraps up my video for today on the Toronto Raptors and 5 trades that I believe they can make during this year's NBA trade deadline. What's most important to me is one of your thoughts. Are these trades realistic? Could these trades happen? Which one? Put your thoughts in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!